Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Alright, first and foremost, all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. Shalom to the Tabernacle of David, 144,000 men, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children. This is the hopeful elect. Alright, Yahweh Ratazah, we be of that number. Shalom. So, give it a little bit time for brothers and sisters to get up in here. Send the live out. And we're going to go over the Passover, the Pasach, real quick. All right. It's very important that people know when the Pasach is, how to keep it, etc., etc. You don't want to go into it blind. You don't want to go into it with no understanding. You want to keep it to the best of your ability. All right. So we're going into the Pasach, the Passover. And share the love, share the love. Shalom, shalom. Hope I'm coming through loud and clear. All right. Gonna go over the Passover, go over the Pasach. Okay. And man, they really be messing with this live, man. Like this page, they be as you can see, they be stopping people from coming over here, but it's all cool. Let the real ones know. Base scripture gonna be Exodus 12th chapter. And a couple other chapters, but that's the base scripture, Exodus the 12th chapter. All right, so I ain't even about to wait for everybody to come up in here. I'm just about to begin because, as you can see, I don't know. It's like the algorithm or whatever. But let's continue. So, I already did the salutes. So, this is a great site right here, greatmillstone.info. Okay? If brothers don't know about this, greatmillstone.info. Okay? Zoom in on it. greatmillstone.info. Right? greatmillstone.info. Okay? This has perfectly on here how to keep the Pasach. It's got a lot of pictures that the brothers use, right? Camp signs. I'm gonna go down here to nations, right? You know, a lot of stuff that you may see brothers using. It was on here in 2010, okay? Long time ago. Way long time ago. It was all on here. The camp sign. All right, and this is GMS. This is greatmillstone.info. Okay? It's got the correct doctrine on here. This is put together by the brothers. As you can see, you go to the beginning of it, and it says Shalom, which means peace. We are the true biblical descendants of the Hebrew Israelites, spoken about in the Bible. We have been inspired, provoked, and changed by the God of the Bible, that's Yahweh, to teach the Bible to the lost Hebrew Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Our main focus is to reconnect them back to the knowledge of their biblical lineage, which has been lost through years of bondage, institutionalization, education, and religions. In particular, Christianity, which has been purposed to remove and hide evidence of their biblical history by deceiving them into believing fabricated lies, right? And I could, man, this is, you know what I'm saying? This is a great breakdown. All right. And it keeps going into, if brothers just go to this website and read this summary, a lot of questions will be answered. I'm going to continue to read it. We are not black Hebrew Israelites, nor do we identify as such. This label is fabricated by the powers at be in order to categorize and identify our teachings with hate. There is no such term as Black Hebrew Israelites or BHI identified in the Bible. We are the original 12 tribes of Israel, with the native tongue being Hebrew. Israelites denoting our biblical and nationality, Israel, and Hebrew denoting our native language. So Hebrew Israelites speak what? Speak Hebrew. Israelites being from the land of Israel, being that's our land. That's the land that we resided in. All right. It's funny, man. The brother Yakal sent me a video, and this Jake, he's talking to this other Jake, and he was hood, right? And he said, he said, what's your hood? And he said, what's my neighborhood? He said, yeah, what's your hood? And he said, well, I reside in I think it was Dexter Street. And he was like, well, what the hell is reside? You know, it's Jake simple, man. We reside. That's where we resided at. We resided in Israel. Yasha'Allah. The land over there, okay? Which we will have back soon, man. That's where we reside at. Okay, and guess what? Israel was a people before it was a place. And that's important because the Passover, if brothers put this in a perspective, the Passover was set up before the physical laws, right? Before the laws were written down on tablets. The Passover was set up, okay? Now, we had the laws verbally. We understood those verbally, coming from Adam, coming from Abel, and his bloodline kept the laws, right? And then going forth down through Noah, through Shem, and going downwards, the law would reappear again through Abraham, right? And go through his bloodline, which is Isaac, the chosen bloodline, not all of his sons, but the chosen, which is Isaac, Jacob, and then his 12 sons. Okay, and that's how we would get to Moses eventually being a son of Levi, going through the lineage, right? And Moses would carry out the Passover, Moses and Aaron. So I'm gonna finish reading this because this is this right here it's beautiful, man. All right. The 12 tribes of Israel range from pale complexions to dark, rich, earthly tones. To call us black is humiliating, inaccurate, and unlearned. This is why we use the term so-called blacks. All right, zoom in on it. So-called blacks. And once again, brothers, this is greatmillstone.info. All right, this is a great website. Okay, we discipline ourselves to be diligent, to truly search, to not make any mistakes, even though we still going to make mistakes in this flesh. But we discipline ourselves to be diligent, studying and learning to ensure we are teaching the Bible with 100% accuracy. Yapa, 100% accuracy. Not learning away from its pureness. Not leaning away from its pureness, Salakia, of truth. We do not teach, promote, nor provoke acts of violence, vengeance, nor hateful dealings with fellow men. Because the scriptures say, live peacefully with all men. All right? We're not out here trying to fight our brothers and sisters. We're not out here trying to wage war with Esau, Edom. We're not out here picking up arms and going forth creating militias. That's not our point. That's not our prop. That's not what we need to do right now. Okay? Let's keep going. We teach, as the Bible saith, that there will soon come a day of judgment from Yahweh of the heavens and earth, who will himself justly punish all living according to his righteous indignation. Exactly. And the scriptures say that over and over, several times. Okay? Our gospel and teachings are of peace and deliverance of the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered throughout the earth as prophesied in the Holy Scriptures, as well as destruction to those whom Yahweh, the power of heaven and earth, has deemed worthy of wicked trespasses, unable to be forgiven. All right, and you can get that in Amos 1 and 11. You can get that in Obadiah 1 and 18. You can get that in Malachi 1 and 3 and 4. You can get that in Revelations 18. All right, unable to be forgiven. Esau, Edom, the one nation that will be destroyed completely off the face of the earth. Okay? At the end of the day. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatham to all the brothers that are coming in. All right? So, worthy of wicked trespasses, unable to be forgiven. This website serves as a lighthouse of factual information for those who seek the truth and are blessed to find it. Shalom. So, this once again, this is Great Millstone. Okay? GreatMillstone.info. All right, and this website has been up since 2010, and I believe even before that, right? And I'm gonna let this play a little bit. You see New York getting completely wiped off by the nukes, right? It's prophecy. It's prophecy. We just coming from the Bible, and they simulating a brother having basically a dream, okay, of what's happening, man. You know, what's going to happen. So, we're going into the Pasach, Passover. I normally don't ask this, but if you brothers can, share the live, because I don't know, they mess with the algorithms on this page. So if you can, share the live to brothers that need it. But if not, it is what it is. All right, so, and I'm going to play the elders over here and let them talk about it. And then we're going to stop it and go into, you know, the things that they're saying.
Shalom, brothers. Basically what we're doing tonight is we're doing the Passover service, which is the Sabbath service for the Passover. Now, we have a table here before you, as you can see. And what we have on the table is we have our menorah, which has the 7 candlesticks. It's supposed to be 7 candlesticks. You know, it's the only one we have for right now. But if you get one with the 7 candlesticks, then that's better. You have your horn, ram's horn. All right. You have the Bible. All right. You have your Torah, which you have here. All right. You have the Torah. There you go. So you can see it. Then you have the regular Torah, which is, you know, in a book form. You have your wine. You have your olive oil for the anointing. And you have your cups. All right. And pretty much, you know, you'll get, we'll put in post-production. We'll put the all the Sabbath service paperwork that you're going to need. All right. So.
All right. And that's the website right there. GreatMillstone.info. Right. And I want to go into this because, you know, he said a lot of stuff, and don't feel bad if you don't have any of that. All right. You know, don't be over righteous or nothing like that, or overthink it that you don't have any of that. And if you need the list, you know, and I wish I would have did this lesson probably last week, you know, Salakia, but it's all good. So I got the list. I'll send you the list if you need the list. Menorah, candles, ram's horn, Bible, Torah scroll, olive oil, wine glasses. Salad would be your bitter herbs, and basically repeating it down here. Parsley, horseradish. All right, corn tortillas, because the other tortillas, they have wheat in them, which would be considered leaven. So you don't want to have any tortillas with leaven in them. You want to have corn tortillas, white corn tortillas, etc. Okay, because you don't want to partake in any leaven. And right after the Passover, the Pasach is the feast of unleavened, which lasts a week. All right, where you do not eat any leaven. All right, and we ain't gonna be over righteous. If you got leaven in your house, if you can get rid of it, then get rid of it. But I mean, if you got a lot of cereal and you got bread and stuff, and it's still good use, you don't want to be over righteous. We not in sovereign, man. That may be all brothers can eat, man. Making sandwiches, etc. We know what time we in. We know we in captivity. Okay, so you're not gonna be over righteous at this point in time, but do what you can, most definitely, and keep the Passover to the best of your ability. And I got my ram's horn coming tomorrow. My wife ordered me one. So ram's horn. And like I'm saying, man, we learning day by day. This is a simple, not a simple, but it's more a solemn assembly, which means serious. And this service right here, you're supposed to actually be doing this every Shabbat. Okay? And we don't do it every Shabbat. But I think I'm gonna begin to go into it more serious and do it every Shabbat. Having it broken down to me the way that the elder breaks it down right here is Shapah, So, you get all your materials, and if you don't have all the materials, it's okay. Simple materials is wine, man. If you got a menorah, if not, you can have some candles. Okay, so you do things pertaining to your finances. If you can buy a menorah, like I got the menorah, which I got off of Amazon, right? And I got some candles. Okay. Financially, I was able to do that. But if you're not, then it's don't get down on yourself. Okay. You do what you can at this point in time. All right. Now, you do what you can. This goes for all brothers, because we know our brothers, some brothers don't have jobs. Some brothers may be homeless, etc., man. All right. We all got different crosses to carry. And the more you do, the more you work in this truth, right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai he's gonna break you down, and he's also gonna build you up. All right. So other things that he's gonna mention later on is boiled eggs. You can make boiled eggs for the Pasach. Wine. If you're getting the wine, which is a thing, we are commanded actually to get the wine. It's in the scriptures. Red wine. It needs to be kosher. It needs to be red wine. Okay? Olive oil. So don't get no Crisco. Don't get no sunflower. Don't get no avocado oil. It needs to be olive oil. All right? Now, if you don't have a Torah scroll, you just take the Bible. And you because that, as it's going to be shown, that Torah is going to be needed to go around and every brother put his hands on the Torah and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah, which means Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai bless me. Basically, you're going to bless yourself by touching the Torah. Okay? Khan, we get into that as well. You don't season the lamb. Well, don't sodden it. You don't cook it in water. You bake it. You don't season it and you don't sodden it. You don't cook it in water. You just bake it, right? You put it in the oven and you let it be what it's going to be. Okay? For however long you want to do it. Make sure you cook all the blood out of it. Okay? Because we don't eat blood in our meat. Brothers already know that, So, most definitely. We'll get into that. We're going to go into the scriptures. Most definitely. So, bitter herbs. You can get horseradish. You can get parsley. As long as they bitter herbs, they greens. All right. So don't trip over the Torah. You can just simply use the Bible, the first 5 books. And, financially, as you come, you can get a Torah scroll later on or whenever. All right. So don't trip over any items that you do not have. The thing is about, let's go to Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages and Yasha'Allah. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates. So at this point in time, we are just rehearsing the righteous acts. We can't keep the days, we can't keep everything perfectly. No man could keep the law perfectly. The only one that did that was Yahweh Shai. Okay? So we don't like I say, man, don't get worked up over something that you do not have. Don't get down, or don't start thinking that you're going to get destroyed just because you didn't have a menorah. All right? All right, so I'm going to let the video go on. Salakia for talking so long.
Just going to get started without further ado. All right, the first thing you do is you blow the horn 3 times. And by the way, this is something that we learned from our elders, beginning with Abba Bivens, Masha, Arya, Yaikwab, Elder Tahar, on down. And basically what we're doing is we're continuing the legacy of how we were taught how to do the Sabbath service. All right, so here we go. So the first priest would set up the table, as we already gave you all the stuff that goes on the table. And then the second thing is the first priest blesses the lights in the Hebrew. Barakateh Yahweh, Ha'awa'ah, Natananawa, Awar. All right. First priest blesses the Sabbath in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, HaShabbath, Hazah, Ba'Shalom. All right. Then the priest would light the menorah. You would light your menorah. Have either your matches or a lighter. You would light your menorah, all the candles on it. Right. Then you would blow the horn again. First thing you would do is it says the first priest commands the congregation to rise and face the east in the Hebrew.
All right, and I ain't about to play the whole video, but I'm gonna show y'all brothers the video. So any brothers that really want to go into it more deeper, y'all can go and watch it. All right, it's GMS Shabbat, Sabbath service, and Pasach Passover ceremony instructions, and it's being posted by Amawan Gabar, Elder Amawan Gabar. Okay, so. He just giving a reminder to the brothers. I'm going to go over the steps real quick because I don't want to make this video too long. All right. And he's pretty much the elder is going to go through everything and break it down. All right. So the first priest, which is the head priest at that point in time, which is the elder, sets up the table. He makes sure everything is there. And let's go over this with brothers that may not be in camps. Right? But you follow GMS, right? And you subscribe to the elders, right? And you got a household, you got a family, and your wife, she seems to be, believing. She says she's in this truth, and she wants to be in the truth, and she's dealing in the truth. And you got kids, right? And you raising them up to be in the truth. So, therefore, you would be the head priest of your household, right? You would be the head priest of your household. You would be the one that's going to carry out the Pasach. So you would make sure that, and that's how a man's supposed to do anyway, right? You're supposed to rule your household, right? Especially if you're coming out here trying to teach Yasha Allah, you got to know how to rule your household first. That's in the book of Timothy. So you would make sure all the materials are there. You would make sure that everything is prepared, and you would make sure that everything runs smoothly, how it's going to be ran smoothly, right? And let's say you just a brother and you don't even have a family. It's just you a bachelor, you in your own pad. Then you would go through all these steps by yourself. All right, it's nothing wrong with that. You're showing honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is a solemn assembly. So you would go through all this stuff by yourself. You would cook the lamb. You would get the bitter herbs. You would get the wine. You would get the unleavened bread. You would go through all this by yourself. And you would keep the feast by yourself. You would keep all the feast days by yourself. Okay? Now, understand this. Women are not allowed to come amongst the congregation, amongst the feasts, when it's like brothers, right? Like with the camps. But if you are a man and you have a family, and like I said, you're not with a camp, then it's okay to carry out the Passover with your woman if she is in the truth, all right? And she respects and she worships Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shad, and that's perfectly fine, all right? And Elder Gabar states that at the end of this video as well, all right? So that is an exception when women can actually attend the Passover. Now, women cannot pray over nothing. She don't supposed to be saying the prayers. I'm going to go into this. So, because after this, after the first priest sets up the table and blesses the Shabbat in Hebrew, you know, you say a Hebrew prayer, blesses the Shabbat, blesses the Passover. Then he lights the menorah. He would light all the candles. Then you would say these 5 prayers. You would say a curse, okay? And we could go, I'm going to go and get a curse, show y'all the curses. You would say a Shema. You would say the Shema, right? Repeat it 3 times. Deuteronomy 6 and 4 if you want to say it in the English, if you don't have it in the Hebrew. If you want it in the Hebrew, you can easily look it up on YouTube, or you can go over here to greatmillstone.info. All right, and the Shema is right here, okay? Salakia. Shema Yasharala Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh Akkad, right? So it's all right here, and you will repeat that 3 times, right? And that'll be the Shema. So all the prayers that I'm getting right here, the curses, would be right here, right? And this is all on greatmillstone.info. This is a Hebrew curse, and you would just read that, and you would say it, right? And the elder, he's going to go through this whole video, and he's going to say all of this. He put all of this on here for brothers that are serious about keeping it, okay? Everything you need is right here. I printed, at work, I printed all this out today, you know. And if any brother want it, man, you just go to greatmillstone.info. You can get it right here. So this right here is how the entire Shabbat service is supposed to go, right? Everything that the elder is saying, he put it right here in instruction form, and it's 3 pages worth, you know, with the Hebrew. So it's all right here. It's all right here, right? And so you would say the Shema, you say the curses first. You would do these in order. You would say the curses first, then you would say the Shema, then you would read Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, okay? And I believe it's on here as well, right here. Boom. In the Hebrew, Psalms 121, okay? It's on, like I said, it's on greatmillstone.info. I'll copy and paste them and send them to you. I'll copy and paste them and send them to you. Okay? Then you will read Matthew 6 and 9 through 13. All right. And you know, if brothers ain't too comfortable with the Hebrew and you want to do this with your family, then just say it in the English. Okay? As we grow better and we get better in the Hebrew. But if you're not too comfortable, just say it in the English for this time being, man. You know, but if you want to push through and say it in the Hebrew, then say it in the Hebrew. And this is the Lord's Prayer, basically. All right? And it's right here in the Hebrew. Okay? So it's all right here in the Hebrew. Right? And then, what's the next one after that? Exodus, the 10 Commandments. Basically, the 10 Commandments. Okay? And they got them right here in the Hebrew as well. The 10 Commandments. And once again, like it's not a problem saying it in English, but if you can do it in the Hebrew, then go for it, man. You know, go for it. All right, especially brothers that's teaching, you know, we should be doing this in the Hebrew. All right, to the best of our ability. Okay, so is that every Shabbat when the sun goes down or sometime within the day? So the Shabbat starts when the sun goes down, you know, pertaining to the moon phases, right? And we know the full moon is coming in on Saturday, and that's also good. That's going to be the Shabbat. It's also going to be the Pasach, right? So when the moon goes down, Salakia. Salakia, when the sun goes down, man. Salakia, all right? When the sun goes down, that day starts. Okay? So the feast day would start. So keep in mind, brothers, that if you're cooking, right? Because my elder Mawatazak out over here at GMS Los Angeles, he has moved camp up to 1 o'clock. We normally start at 3, but now we're starting at 1 because of the Pasach service, right? So right after camp, which we be out there for 3 hours, so we're gonna end. We go from 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna end at 4, and then right after that, we're gonna start the service, right? And I'm keeping it in my household with my family, and the brothers will be keeping it together, and no women will be invited to that service. Understand that. But since I'm keeping it in my household with my family, it'll be me, my wife, and the kids, right? And that's all fine and dandy, right? So, yeah, it's when the sun goes down. That's when the Shabbat starts. That's when the Pasach starts. And this, you can carry this out every Shabbat on the moon phases, which is your new moon when there's no moon in the sky, right? Then your first quarter moon, then your full moon, right? Then your third quarter moon, and then it would be one more Shabbat, and then it would be the break one day, and then the new moon, or it would be a high holy day, which would be a Shabbat and a Shabbat right beside each other, okay? So it's going to be a week with 2 Shabbats, right? And that's one thing that when I had did the lesson on revisiting the Shabbat like last month, I had to correct that, right? All right, so let's keep going. Like I say, I don't want to make this too long. We'll go through here. Yo, my laptop just died. My laptop just died, man. All right, Salakia. I'm gonna just get it on the YouTube. I'm gonna go get it on the YouTube. 1 second, man. 1 second. Right? And he's showing you, this video is great. He's showing you everything you got to go through, right? All the prayers, which is all on that website. Psalms 121, right? Keep going. The Lord's Prayer, Matthew 6, 9 through 13, right? 10 Commandments, right? All right, let's go back. So everything is right there. As we just showed you, everything is right there. So basically how I got them notes, I just went through this video and I wrote down the notes, I took the notes for myself. All right. So, this is the good one. This is important right here. So my boy AJ, right? So he's 12. So he's able to keep the law. He's able to be a part of the feast. So he's gonna be what you would call it, the Pasach, the youngest member. So when somebody comes up to the table to carry out whatever they have to do, because he has to read a couple scriptures, you have to blow the horn, and then that brother comes up, right? But I'm saying if you're doing this by yourself, you don't have to blow the horn. You just have to blow the horn after you're doing certain instances. And I wrote them all down in the notes. All right. So, I got my charger, but it's fine. This video ain't gonna be that long. All right. So you would call the second priest up. You would blow the horn to call the second priest up, and then he would introduce himself and his tribe like this. All right. So now I'm gonna call the second priest up to the podium.
Sakaran Raka Banaparium Banya Shala. Sakaran Raka Banaparium Banya Shala. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatah. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatah.
Khan, that's a proper salute. Or you would grab the brother's wrist. That's a proper salute. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabarakatah. All right. And as you see, he said his name and he also said his tribe. All right. So that's how you would introduce yourself. All right. And brothers, get used to this because this is going to be important. Hey, we're going to keep these ways in the kingdom. Okay. Once you go up there, boy, you go up there to meet Yahweh Shai, you're going to keep these same ways in the kingdom, man. All right, we're going to be in those new bodies, but we're going to keep this order and instruction. As you can see, let's rewind it a little bit, man. It reminds you of what? The military, militant. All right, that's what it seems to be like. That's what we are a part of. Yahweh of hosts, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of armies. Okay, the God of hosts, the power of the armies. All right, so understand that and understand how serious this festival is. It's like the Elder Tahar always says a lot. It's not a lamb's feast. Okay, you're not just coming for the lamb. We are coming because this is a serious, solemn assembly. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so you call him up. He will introduce himself. Then you would also call up the youngest man. He would introduce himself and his tribe as well. Then the youngest man would bless the wine in Hebrew. And I'm going to skip a little bit to that part. All right.
The youngest man would do, he would take the wine. And what he's going to do, I'm going to blow the horn while he grabs the wine. And what he's going to do is going to bless the wine in the Hebrew. Pour the wine and bless it in the Hebrew. Rakatha Yahweh, Ahawa'ah, Nathalanawa, Parya, Hagapun, Tawada, Aman, Mayasharala. Alright? So then after the drinking of the wine, the youngest man takes a tour around for the blessing. So now before we do that, I'm gonna have Elder Sakaran put the Torah back, cover it back up, and then we're gonna go and do it after. So I'm gonna blow the horn. Then we're gonna grab the Torah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get my charger and get the laptop back up, man. Salaki.
All right. So now, all right. Kal Ayashyam Maliam Imadiam Samara Barakiam. That means all circumcised must stand for the Torah blessing.
All right, and that's a very important part. You have to be circumcised to be able to bless the Torah, to be able to say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barak Yah. You have to be circumcised, all right, if you're taking place in this feast. All right, and that's why it's important, man. That's not a deal breaker for your salvation, but it's a part of this truth. So, and the elders always emphasize that brothers need to be circumcised if brothers are not circumcised. And let me get my laptop back up, man. All right, and that's Exodus the 12th chapter 44 right there. Let's go get it. All right, Exodus the 12th chapter verse. We're gonna start at the top 43. And Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. Ordinance meaning order. No stranger meaning no heathen. All right? No stranger. Or basically a N-I-G-G-A, man. Don't have no N-I-G-G-A's at your Passover. Brothers that's not serious about this thing. All right? Brothers that's not in this truth, man. Don't have them at your Passover. All right? And brothers ain't serious, man. All right, so let's keep going. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. There shall not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel, Yasha'Allah, shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to Yahweh, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. And that word stranger in that instance would be a foreign Israelite. Okay, that's not talking about a heathen. And I could, if you want, we could get it in the blue letter just to prove it even more. All right. So this is letting and brothers that aren't circumcised, you know, you need to get circumcised, or you will have to be circumcised, believe it, in the wilderness. All right, or in the new bodies, it'll come with circumcision, you know. But I'm speaking as a man in that point. But we're not gonna be in the kingdom uncircumcised, man. We ain't no heathens. Okay? Let's get it.
Strong's H1616. Guard. Guard.
Gar.
And the form just below that, Gair. Gair.
Sojourner, a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherited rights of foreigners in Israel, though conceded rights. Okay? These are Israelites, but they lack inherited rights, meaning they were foreigners. They were born in another land. So when Paul was speaking about the Greeks, which calling them Gentiles, they were what you would call gar, strangers. Okay? That type of stranger. As I went into, what was that, 2 weeks ago, is 4 different ways, it's 4 different types of strangers. All right? And it's probably more than that. I only covered 4. You know, it might be more than that. But that's letting you know, verse Exodus 12 and 48 is letting you know that the strangers that sojourn, they may come into the land, they sojourn, they want to keep the Pasach, they have to be circumcised. And their males, all their sons, have to be circumcised. All right? It's just the law, man. We keeping the law. All right? So let's continue. Where was I at? We was past that. We was at the youngest man blessing. So my son would bless the wine, right? Because he's the youngest man of the house, which I got a 6-year-old, but he's not 12. He's not a man. So the youngest man of the house would bless, you know, he's in the truth. He knows a little bit, right? So he's a man coming over the age of 12, right? He's a man. So therefore, he's the youngest in the truth in the household. So he would bless the, the wine. And he would have a lot of duties to do, as you can see this brother do over here.
Around for the blessing. So now before we do that, I'm gonna have Elder Suck around, put the Torah back, cover it back up, and then we're gonna do that again. There you go.
So basically, he's going to take the Torah scroll and he's just going to take it around. And every brother that's circumcised, that's in the congregation, they're going to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak Yah, Barak Yah, when they touch it, which basically means Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai blessed me, right? So you're taking in that Torah blessing. So also to the brothers that's not circumcised, you're missing out on a blessing. All right. And this is not to beat anybody down or nothing like that. Just stating, you know, and the elders are gonna say it in this video as well. You're missing out on a blessing by not being able to partake in this.
All right, so now.
Kal Ayashyam Malyam Imadyam Sawara Barakyam.
That means all circumcised men stand for the Torah blessing. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakiyah.
Boom, it's got it right there.
They have to be circumcised.
Right, you have to be circumcised in order to partake. You're going to keep going, brother. In order to partake in the Torah blessing. Right. Basically, what you're doing is you're putting a blessing upon yourself. You're saying, Most High, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless me. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakiyah. All right? And after a while, you know, you brothers go through this like nothing, you know. We used to go through this service every week, you know. We used to go through it every week. We had the main school. Now we do it, you know, on the Passover. And, you know, like times like this where we showing you brothers how to do the Sabbath service so you can know how to do it, you know. Because we're learning to become a nation of priests, right? We're not just learning just, you know, go out there and curse a white man out. You know, we're prophets, we're priests, we're everything.
Yeah.
All right, so now,
as the elders saying there, man, this is the order that Esau Edom doesn't understand. This is the order that they can't get right with, man. This is the order that, you know what I'm saying? They all in chaos. We understand in our kingdom, it's going to be rulership. It's going to be order. And we're not going to be in chaos. We're going to do things, these type of things. The heathens are going to be like, dang, what they doing in there, right? They have their little WEF meetings and all of that bullshit, right? Doing things in secrecy, Bohemian Grove, etc. Doing all of that, right? Left-handed secret society stuff. We don't have to do that. We're gonna do our stuff, and they're gonna know, oh, it's the Pasach. They're doing what they're doing at the temple tonight, right? And it's gonna be an event. It's gonna be, boy, that's gonna be it. All right? Because that's them brothers. That's the high priest. That's the brothers, man. That's the 144,000. That's the head. That's the government. All right? So we don't got to hide nothing. All right? So let's keep going.
the youngest man, after he gets the last brother for the blessing, he comes up, he's going to take the cover off the Torah. And then have Sakaran take it off. Set it down, take it off. Yeah. Command the congregation.
Imadyam Wapanya Hakodam.
Imagine what Panya Hakodam means, rise and face to east. You just say it's a curse.
So I'm gonna go forward a little bit, but basically you would say that, tell everybody rise and face the east. Then you would say a basic curse, as I got it in the notes. You would say a basic curse. You would say a basic blessing, and then you would bless Yahweh, right? And then you would place the Torah back in and sit the Torah down. Now, I myself do not have a Torah in that form. I would have to get me one, but for that instance, we're basically just gonna use the Bible, okay? And I'm gonna take it around. Well, my son's gonna take it around, and you're gonna place your hand on it. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak Yah, right? And then the next person would do it, and the next person would do it, all right? Pertaining to however many members of your family, your household that you got, right? So once again, that's what I'm talking about. Don't be over righteous. Don't be like, dang, I don't got a Torah. I don't got a scroll. You don't have to be in that, don't be like that, all right? We got what we got. Financially, you'll get it. Or as you know more, you'll do more and you'll do better. You'll rehearse the righteous acts better, right? And we all grow in that, man, day to day, right? So after that, as you can see, after every instance, you would blow the ram's horn, right? So after you do the basic curse, the basic blessing, you would bless Yahweh. You would sit the Torah down, put it back in the thing. the cover, then you would blow the ram's horn. This would be the first priest. So I'm going to be blowing the ram's horn a lot. Then Yashab Yam would be all sit, so everybody can sit down. Then the youngest man is going to read Exodus 12:1. Then, you're supposed to have a lot of brothers there. And the highest brothers, the top 7 members, they would all read from Exodus 12:1. And I meant to change that to Exodus 7. So you would break it out where each brother would have a verse. Okay, and you would go all the way to the 7th verse. All right. And then the eldest man would bless the wine. And then this would be the point in time where everybody would get wine and unleavened bread. All right. And then you would read Matthew 26:13, 26 through 29. And let's go get that. Okay. And once again, this is a very serious feast, because when Yahushua was partaking and doing this feast, 26, Slakia. Okay, he was what? He was getting ready to go forth and be sacrificed. He knew it was his time coming. So Matthew 26:13. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this. Look, is that correct? 26:13. There shall also this that this woman have done be told for a memorial of her. I think I got the wrong verse. 1 second. You read Exodus, going through here. And as this happens, every brother would come up and introduce themselves, their name, and then their tribe as well. The same military style introduction. Oh, no, I got the correct verse. All right, so, I understand it now. So, that woman, let's read it again and I'll break it down. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that the woman hath done be told for a memorial. And it's speaking about this woman that anointed Yahushua. Okay? Because that's important, man. The sacrifice was being anointed at that point in time. So that's why we reading that verse and understanding it. All right. And the elder, he said it was at that point in time, that was Mary Magdalene. All right. That was anointing him. But this was not at the feast, though. Understand that. No women was at Yahushua's feast. No women was at Yahushua's Passover. Now let's keep going. Let's go to the 26th verse through 29. All right. And the Lord's Supper instituted. And as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. So at this point in time, what are we doing? What are we about to do? Everybody's got their wine and everybody's got their bread. So we are rehearsing the righteous acts the same way that Yahushua and the disciples were rehearsing the righteous act at that point in time. All right. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it. So you're going to drink your wine. You're going to break your bread. You're going to eat it. This is what the wacky-tacky Christians do when they call it communion. And they do it every damn month. The Passover is not every month, man. All right. The Passover is in the month of Nisan. That's the first month. That's the month that we in right now. All right. That's on the 14th day. All right. It's a very serious assembly. It's not something to be taken lightly where you do it every month. All right. I hate a wacky-tacky Christian, man. All right. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And let's take that and let's precept that with Exodus 12th chapter. Okay. And start at the 5th verse. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And today was the 10th day, right? As it says right here. On the 10th day, where is it at? Oh, right here. Speak ye unto the congregation of Yasha'Allah, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb. So, I mean, I bought my lamb today, but I mean, if you bought your lamb yesterday or tomorrow, we ain't gonna be over righteous. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, you know, it just, this part does matter though. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. And this right here, not that part, but this part. Because look, we getting our lamb out the grocery store, man. We not going out here and killing the lamb. We don't know if it's a male of the first year, etc., etc. We just rehearsing the righteous acts. We doing the best that we can. All right, but this part down here does matter. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post of the house, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. Now we don't have to have an entire lamb or none of that. But the part that's most important is you don't eat it raw. We don't eat it like Esau eat them. Okay? We're not eating the blood. So nor sodden. Let's get that word sodden.
Strong's H1310. Bashal.
Bashal. To boil.
Form just below that. Bashal.
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 All right. To boil, cook, bake, roast, ripen, grow ripe. Basically to boil. All right. To boil, cook. To boil. All right. To be boiled. To be sodden. Okay. So you do not cook it with water. It's no water. You're going to basically get a pan, right? Whatever type of baking pan you got. And you ain't going to season it, right? And you just going to throw it in the oven, man. And I think you can throw a little seasoning on it, man. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with legs and with the pertinence thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Okay? And they shall eat the flesh in that night with fire and unleavened bread and with bitter. You can season it, right? With black pepper, salt, whatever you may be, but do not boil it. Okay? Do not boil it. All right? That's important. All right? So, don't want to get off from the feast. So after you would read Matthew 26:13 and then go to 26 and 29. And then every brother would break their bread, eat the bread. That's signifying the flesh of Yahweh Shai. Then you would drink the wine. That's signifying the blood of Yahweh Shai. All right. Then the eldest man would take the Torah and basically go around and have every brother touch the Torah again. So you would say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah. All right, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless me. Okay? Then everyone touches the Torah and says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah. All right? And it means Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, bless me. Okay? Then you would rise and face the east, and you would pray holding the Torah. And the brothers are doing a lot of different prayers. It's some anointing prayers on here that you can just do, right? And they got the Hebrew. This is all on, once again, greatmillstone.info. So some anointing prayers on here. And if you got prayers, man, if you know how to do prayers, then you can do, whatever you're comfortable with. Like I sent out some prayers to brothers last month. If you're really good with the Hebrew, you can make up a prayer etc., etc., as long as it's anointing and it's glorifying Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay? And then once again, you would blow the horn. And I'm almost done, brothers and sisters. I know this has kind of been long in a sense. All right. Then you would pass around bitter herbs, which would be your horseradish or your parsley. Me, myself, I'm going to have a salad, right? You know, like a little salad. I don't want to eat too much because then, man, I'm trying to save room for that lamb, you know? Then every brother would come up, and like I'm saying, if you're doing this with your family, your wife, or if you got a daughter, you would anoint them with holy oil. First of all, you would bless the oil, pray over the oil, then you would anoint them with holy oil and pray over them as well. All right, then you would read Numbers 6, 22 to 27. All right. Then and this would be the head priest or the man of the house if you're doing it with your family, all right, or the elder, the head elder, if you're doing it with the brothers. And then while that is being read, the brothers you would basically be asking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You would be thinking about what you're gonna ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah for. Not nothing carnal. This whole thing is you're getting, because we're doing the Feast of Unleavened Bread right after this. So this whole thing is to purge and clean out yourself spiritually. You want to be, because we just came into this new year. We're leaving Egypt, right? Brothers and sisters, we got to be in that mindset of leaving this wicked ass place. Okay? We got to be in that mindset of leaving this place. Okay? So while that prayer, while it's being read, brothers would be thinking about what they're going to ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And then you would say your name and you would ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah for a blessing. All right? And you could do that in your head or you could say that out loud, you know, etc., etc. So, but don't ask for like no new, like the elder say he gonna say it on the video. Don't ask for no new car. All right? Don't ask for no bullshit. This is a solemn assembly. This is a serious assembly. It's a serious event. All right? If you know that you need more spirit, more portion of the spirit, you know that you need better habits, you know that you got problems with maintaining yourself, certain sins weighing you down, you're overthinking, etc. You would ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah for it at that moment. All right? And you should be doing this regardless when you're praying. Okay? Then you would eat the lamb. All right? Then, the lamb should be done. And as the elders showing you, man, this is about a 40-minute thing. And that's with them cutting some things and really, simulating certain things. Okay? So this whole event is, depending on how many men you have, this whole event is going to take about an hour or more. So the lamb, I like to slow cook my lamb. So I'm going to have my lamb in the oven cooking on about 150, 200, 220. I'm going to have it slow cooking for about an hour, right? And then when we get done doing all of this, then we going to eat the lamb, right? And I'm going to also boil some eggs at the same time, And the Passover, the Pasach should be taking place. You want to do this about 2 hours before the sun goes down. So, like I said, we're going to get out of camp at 4 that day. So I'm going to have my wife start cooking at about 3, right? Maybe had a lamb in there or et cetera, et cetera. Nah, really about 3:30 or 4 or 4:30. Because, right after we get done with the ceremony, we going to eat the lamb. So, and we know when the sun goes down, what? You can't burn no more fire. You can't cook anymore. Because the Passover, the Pasach, is also falling on the Shabbat. Okay? So, hey, it's a time crunch in a sense. But if you plan it out properly, you'll have enough time. So we're going to start at 4 and the sun goes down at 7 over here. So we got more than enough time to carry out the ceremony and, cook our food and all of that and enjoy ourselves. Okay? But more so, this thing is serious. More so, we're thinking about, we're reflecting on what happened to us in Egypt, how we left Egypt. We're reflecting on what happened to Yahweh Shah. Okay? We're reflecting on, many times when the Passover was carried out, right? And what happened around those times and, those situations. So it's a moment of reflection. It's a moment of cleansing. It's a moment of getting that old leaven out. Any brothers that you have issues with, you should be in the mindset of forgiving them tomorrow, reaching out, right? And if they don't want to take the forgiveness, they don't want to, whatever, then they really not in this truth, man. If they holding grudges, they not in this truth. I'm going to just say it simple like that, man. All right? I have no problem with forgiving a brother, okay? But I do have a problem with a brother coming to say he's sorry, but never changing his doctrine, all right? At that point, you're just sorry, all right? And hey, man, we're not going into all of that, right? With these off camps and these brothers that don't keep the correct doctrine. But I throw my hand of forgiveness out there, and it is what it is, So with that being said, man, I hope this was an edifying live. I hope this was a good breakdown. Once again, I tell every brother to go to Elder Amawan Gabar's page, and he just recently posted this. As you can see, 10 hours ago, GMS Shabbat, Sabbath service, and Pasach Passover ceremony instructions. Okay? So all you got to do, everything I pretty much broke down, man, the elders broke it down. And I learned from them so much today on how to keep this properly and better. And I suggest every brother to go watch this video, man. And if you need the notes, just DM me. I'll send you all the notes I got, right, on everything you need for the Pasach. And I wrote everything down, how to keep it, right? And you basically just, change it based upon your situation, okay? So if you need them notes, Kawam, I'm going to send you the notes. I haven't forgot, And, hey, just keep the faith, brothers, man. We almost up out of here, okay? Don't hype. Don't get into the hype of the eclipse and whatever Esau's planning. We know they're going to come down with great wrath. We know how the devil works, okay? We know how the devil works, all right? So with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. All praises be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth. Shalom to Tabernacle of David, 144,000 men, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children. Shalom to you, brothers. I hope this was edifying. Once again, if you need the instructions, I'll send it to you via the DMs. All right. Once again, check out the YouTube page, Elder Amawan Gabar. All right. And I hope every brother has a beautiful Pasach, a great Pasach, and coming to this thing, man, cleaned and just better all around, Akyam. All right. Malakyam, Kings. All right. Shalom.